But if we're gonna get a PinkKittyRose,
unbelievable.
when somebody bothers being in the mood to make several hundred sprites. Nice, Viv! I'm glad it's being helpful. It's one of those things where I'm just like, my rough notes look like chicken scratch when it comes to the wall jump stuff. I'm gonna assemble it into something very easy to look at. Alright, I can do that, Viv. Sounds good to me. Alright, let's go ahead and unpause this and get some music. How many Selma sprites out there? That's a decent handful. Since Viv's been able to get a bunch from the Varia randomizer. Yeah, the original notes were just a bunch of notepad scribblings of stuff that I knew how to do. I turned it into a very visually attractive Google Doc. That should give us some emphasis on what we're dealing with here in terms of music. Yes. So welcome to the Follin Bros MSU pack. Yes. The entire thing is the Follin Bros. Yes. So let's dive right in. And how's Jim gonna look? Oh, he is a mighty lad. He is a mighty lad. Now, I don't actually know much about Tim Follin's soundtracks other than Plock, so I mean, then there's this one. I know Plock! I'm familiar with Plock. Hey, Tracker, mark Tower of Hera as green pendant.
Mark Tower of Hera as pendant of courage.
Hey, Tracker, mark Desert Palace as red pendant.
Showtime!
Mark Desert Palace as pendant of wisdom.
Hey, Tracker, mark Eastern Palace as blue crystal.
Marked Eastern Palace as blue crystal.
Thank you very much for the 22 months. Getting Gotham spin a little bit more for us today. Where'd the time go? I don't know. It just vanishes. Sometimes it's rather frightening. Very, very frightening. But, okay. Just trying to set up here for... Hey, Tracker, track X-Ray. Hey, Tracker, track X-Ray.
Tracking X-ray scope.
Hey, Tracker, track missiles.
Another one.
Just trying to set up nice and easily for the tier 3 tree pulls since I actually accidentally took some damage. Hey, Tracker, track sewer key from Hyrule Castle.
Toggled sewer key on. 5 items left in Hyrule Castle.
Alright, sync. Louder. Speaking of chicken scratch notes. Flippin' go-tastic! Thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Thank you very much for that generous donation. Very much keeps the channel chugging along. Speaking of chugging, we've almost got a hype train started up. Yeah, I don't Pog very well. If any of that soundtrack pops up, I'm just gonna be like, ah yeah. Yeah, there it is. Okay, my tree pull options suck. Crabs are at least given a little bit of cash that I'll have to do. Ooh, 8 bombs, very nice. Well, wow, thank you for the 8 months. Getting Jonathan spin a little bit more, as well as Death Warrior! And 100 biddies as well. The train has been engaged!
Wowzer, you're the best.
Hey, Tracker, this bullshit at Lumberjack Ledge.
Marked lumberjack tree is bullshit.
Here we go. Thank you very much, guys. Getting that train starting off things here today. We got a very moody sound for this particular place. So I'm gifted out 10 gifted subs going on over to. I'll just see here in a sec. Whoa, there it goes. Going on over to Anime Dad, Chic, the Arky, Deadloop, Tony Rerun, Mr. Henny's Flame, Subwoofer Ice Cream, Subwoofer's Ice Cream, okay, Delnay, the Shadow Man, and Tharkus. I want to thank you for the 100 biddies as well. Let's see. Hey, Tracker, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Hey, Tracker, track bombos.
Toggled bombos on.
Showtime!
Lost Woods needs to be louder. Louder. I don't know if that's the Caves 1 theme. I'm gonna say that it's Caves 1. Louder. Yakarika Village, perfect. Yeah, that level 4 is almost maxed out. Just a teensy bit more.
Showtime!
I'm pretty sure Dark Yoshi's just an egg. Oh, hello, bombs.
Showtime!
Yeah, thank you very much for the 1 year subscription. Getting Jonathan spinning a little bit more, setting off that level 4 hype train. Aw, yeah! Hey, Tracker, track everything in Blind's hideout.
Tracked morph bombs and 3 other items in Blind's hideout.
Traditional bombs? I remember to turn off infinite bomb jumping this time, by the way. I remember to turn it back off. God, that Kakariko Village one is so funky, I like it.
Showtime!
Hey, Tracker, track everything in Kakariko well.
Showtime!
Tracked the sacred texts. Morph and 3 other items in Kakariko well.
God damn it! It got me again! I forgot! I forgot that she mispronounces Kakariko. Hey, Tracker, track E-Tank from Chicken Hut. Nice! I'm excited for the next version. There's some good stuff in there already. Hey, Tracker, track E-Tank.
Another one.
Got proper infinite space jumping. We got silly things to tell the Tracker when I'm just being a silly person and going way outside of logic. Sometimes even more than I should. Hey, Tracker, there's bullshit at library.
Ignoring library.
Jelly D, thank you for the 2,000 biddies. Pushing that train almost all the way to the end of level 5. It's at 80%. God, Tim! Tim, it's just a beach, Tim! You didn't need to go in so hard! It's just a beach! Exclamation point stretch for this month's goals. Yes. I mean, if I do any nonsense with the boots, man, it'll definitely happen. Cause sometimes I can't resist some foolishness with the boots. Tracker, track bottle.
Upgraded bottle by 1 step.
Hey, Tracker, track mail from Bottle Kid. Hey, Tracker, track mail from Bottle Kid. Hey, Tracker, track mail.
You've got mail.
Hey, Tracker, track glove.
Upgraded gloves by 1 step.
There's gonna be so many funky chip tunes, oh my god. Sick Kid makes sense. That is what it's supposed to be called. I just kept on hearing Metis call him Bottle Kid. Hey, Tracker, track powerful bombs from Hyrule Castle.
Another one.
Hey,
4
Tracker.
items left in Hyrule Castle.
Hey, Tracker, track heart container from Hyrule Castle.
Toggled heart container on.
Hey, Tracker, track sword
3
from
items
Hyrule
left
Castle.
in Hyrule Castle. Congratulations with your new fighter's sword.
Holy shit!
2 items left in Hyrule Castle.
That's a back of escape right there. Good lord. The count for the monthly goal set is at exclamation point stretch. Because they're stretch goals. A tracker track heart container from Hyrule Castle.
You now have 2 heart containers.
Yeah,
1 more to go in here.
We've actually made an option to turn off 5 power bomb seeds. I keep it enabled. After a couple of 5 power bomb seeds, I'm good. I'm good on that. Yeah, that's in some of the initial logic adjustment stuff. It's been a joint effort. Yo, everyone fan, how's it been going? Good to see ya. Hey Tracker, track heart piece from Hyrule Castle.
Toggled piece of heart on. That's everything in Hyrule Castle.
That's not accurate, Tracker. I still have Dark Cross and this chest, so I mean, there's still more. The exact number at the moment is, like, we're below 400 still. God damn it. Fine, I'll go to Dark Cross. Give me a sec. Let me scroll down. We're at 385, because a lot of subs expired this month. Like, a lot of them. Nah, there's no compass in Hyrule Castle, just the map. A map and a small key. Of which I possess both right now. Oh yeah, I should have listened to the file select. File snakes, get out of the way! Hey, Tracker, track missile from Hyrule Castle.
You now have 15 missiles. But there's only 0 left in Hyrule Castle.
That's fair, she did think there was no items left. Hey, Tracker, clear Hyrule Castle.
Cleared 3 items in Hyrule Castle. But there's only 0 left in Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, one bad. Here we go. Go, you bush crab, I needed it to go the other way. Wait a minute. I have a sword! I have a sword and a medallion! Die! Die! Hey Tracker, track everything from Mini Moldorm Cave.
Tracked Cane of Berna and 2 other items in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Luigi. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Delightful. Super Metroid looking like a pretty good option at the moment. We got a lot of good stuff for it already. Not nearly as much as last time, mind you, but still some good stuff.
Choo, 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 choo. Oh, Luigi. Oh yeah.
Well, that's a little better. I had to walk all the way over here to get him, but still good. Hey, Tracker, track boots!
You now have 3 Zelda bombs.
Hey, Tracker, track boots!
You now have 4 Zelda bombs.
Hey, Tracker, track Pegasus boots!
Tracking Pegasus boots.
There you go.
Whew, mamma mia.
Hey, Tracker, track everything in Sahasrala's hut.
Tracked shovel and 2 other items in Sahasrala's hut.
Sahasrala's. No. Win it.
Showtime!
It was pretty quick. I think it was like 5 hours to Sofu DKC3, which isn't too bad considering, I hadn't played it since it came out. Got it for this. Thank you very much for the 17 months. Yeah, it's Yoshi. I really do like the Yoshi sprite quite a bit. It's very good, very expressive. The Tracker track missiles from Haunted Grove.
Does that look like a missile to you? Well, if you say so.
Hey, Tracker, undo that.
Another one. Make up your mind.
Hey, Tracker, track missiles from Dig Spot. Hey, Tracker, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Hey, Tracker, track soaps.
Added more superb missiles.
Okay, it's actually the Caves 2 theme that needs to be louder. There, now I know which one it is. Hey, Tracker, track powerful bombs.
Added more power bombs.
We're gonna go check out Summon to Third Palace, because why not? Okie dokie. Yeah, I don't really track the locations super often, so I've always been historically a little bit lazy about memorizing the location names. Hey, Tracker, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Yeah, the names are all over the place. It's just whatever people came up with for the most part. Charge. Pray, Yoshi. Pray to whatever you pray to. What does a dinosaur pray to? The stars above? Oh, I know this theme! This could stand to be louder. Let's see. Desert. Louder. I demand more hot jams. By the power of Pictionary, you will be excited to guess pictures!
Fresh meat.
Hey, Track Soups from Desert Palace.
Added more super missiles. Just one more.
Hey, Track 50 rupees from Desert Palace.
Another one. That's everything in Desert Palace.
And Tracker, Desert Ledge is bullshit.
Mark Desert Ledge as bullshit.
There we go. Yep, this is the Follin Bros pack. So basically, it's gonna be a whole lot of hot jams. As is the nature of the Follin Bros. And Track Soups.
Added more super missiles.
I kind of remember to actually turn on MSU1 Resume when I make a scene next. Or standard Link to the Past rando, because there's a bunch of songs that are specific to Link to the Past rando that I'm going to be testing after this scene. It's going so far. Good so far there, Bridget. Yeah, he is. Just quickly clearing out the Link to the Past side of things before heading to Super Metroid. I mean, this is in logic. I was just supposed to go through Super Metroid to get it. Hey, Tracker, track lamp.
Toggled lamp on.
For the sake of testing, let me go listen to the bunny music real quick. Hey, Tracker, mark Turtle Rock as blue pendant.
Mark Turtle Rock as blue
Hey, Tracker,
pendant.
mark Thieves Town as red crystal.
Mark
Hey, Tracker,
Thieves
mark
Town
Swamp.
as red crystal.
Hey, Tracker, mark Skill Woods as red crystal.
Mark Skill Woods as red crystal.
Maybe just a touch louder on that one? Very much a touch, though. Hey, Tracker, mark remaining dungeons as crystal.
Marked remaining dungeons as crystal.
Yeah, you can go through Super Metroid. It's already in logic. Little louder. Alright, Jim, we got work to do. Jim is very much just still a morph ball. Hey, Tracker Track E-Tank.
Another one.
Hey, Tracker Track Bottle.
Upgraded bottle by 1 step.
Yeah, this gym sprite's pretty good. I wasn't sure how this is gonna translate to Salmus's sprite, but it works. Yo, we got Jim. Jim is here. Look at that pose. He's ready. Groovy. Much like this music. Yeah, force of habit. It's a force of habit to use the power bombs. Got the cowbells going in. Yeah, we got Morph. Come on, open up! Crane boss. Louder. I'm noticing a trend that almost everything I'm recommending at this point. Louder. Louder! 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 Hey, Tracker Track missiles.
Another one.
Hey, Tracker Track powerful bombs.
Added more powerful bombs.
Pew! Hey, Tracker Track crane.
Toggled crate on. Did you get the quick kill?
No. If I feel like sitting down and practicing that sometime to actually figure out the nuances to it, then maybe I'd get him. But as it stands, I haven't bothered practicing it, so I just don't get it. Alright, I'll grab Spaza and then move on, because there's not really anything else I can get around here. Gonna have to do the Brinstar loop without the speed booster. Because I ain't going to wreck ship under these conditions. It requires both a stupidly difficult jump, and I just don't have very much health. Hey, Tracker Track bottle.
Upgraded bottle by 1 step.
3 bottles already, huh? Eat dirt! Everything in the vicinity! Alright, let's go to the other side of Super Metroid. Gonna have to do traditional routing this time. Let's get to it. Yeah, we actually got more fall bombs before I got any power bombs. It's very unusual. Yo, I just did not jump this time. Tier 2 volume sounds good. This song makes me feel like it's on the Genesis. Because it literally sounds like something out of Sonic. Hey, let go! Let go! Yeah, it's the bass. The bass in particular is it. It sounds like the oil ocean bass. Actually, wait, not oil ocean launch base zone. They have a kind of similar structure, so I get them confused sometimes. Okay, I know that means the X-ray room. Though that makes me wonder. Hey, Tracker, enable hints. Hey, Tracker, enable hints.
Hints are now enabled.
Hey, Tracker, what's at the chosen room after the room with all the spikes? Hey, Tracker, what's at the chosen room after the dark room with all the spikes?
Earthworm Jim might be interested in that.
Hey, Tracker, what's at the chosen room after the dark room with all the spikes?
Earthworm Jim might be interested in that.
There we go. Hey, Tracker, disable hints.
Toggled hints off.
It does work. Oh yeah! You always gotta have funk from green Rid Star, it's important. Hey Tracker, track Titansmiths.
Toggled titty mitts on.
Hey Tracker, track Varia Suit.
Tracking Varia suit. How did you get to Mockball Kozo without the speed booster?
It's all in the name, Tracker. You must understand. Hey Tracker, track powerful bombs.
Another one.
Hey Tracker, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Now this does make me wonder where Speed Booster is, though. 'Cause that kind of severely limits where it can be. I hate these guys. They're so evasive. Hey, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Oh. But I didn't do Eastern Palace, so it can be in there. I went to Hospitalist Hut, but I didn't proceed any further than that. Hey, Tracker tracked 2 E-Tanks. Hey, Tracker, I have 5 E-Tanks.
Added more E-Tanks.
There it is. Nice. Hey, Tracker track speed booster. Track speed booster. Hey, Tracker track speed booster.
Tracking speed booster.
Thank you. Wait, is this that one Ken Griffey Super Nintendo game that has an extremely catchy, like, title screen theme? Of course that was Tim. Tim! Why is all of your music just from random freaking video games? They're usually like movie tie-ins or shovelware games too. But people just come up to Tim and it's all like, hey, you want a paycheck? And he's all like, sure. Hey, Tracker track Fire Rod.
Tracking Fire Rod.
Nah, Plock has a very particular sound to it. Oh, come on, that should have counted. There we go. Yeah, both the speed booster and high jump. Or, if you don't have high jump, the gravity suit is also fine. The reason for the high jump is the waist-deep water in the room before Billy Mays. You have to wall jump to get out of it without the high jump boots. Hey, Tracker, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Actually, a pain in the ass to get out of there with wall jumps, too, because you specifically have to do the wall jump while the water's going down, because otherwise you'll jump against the water and get no height. It's a very annoying room. Jim was definitely a good choice for this particular MSU pack. This sort of sound goes with Earthworm Jim's type of music rather well.
You gotta believe.
Well, it's less the Super Metroid cross-link to the past ones and more the Super Metroid randomizer devs expected you to be able to do a lot of tricks. Because it was originally developed for people who already speedran the game like crazy. It was never meant for a casual audience. As opposed to Link to the Past, which has all sorts of stuff in there specifically designed for a casual audience. Whoa, Nelly!
You unbelievable. You unbelievable.
Like, even that wall jump is something that's easy to take for granted. It's just that first bit of this song. It makes you just want to start breaking into da 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 da. Jesus Christ! Okay. Hey, Tracker, track the tech. Hey, Tracker, track the tech.
Toggled the tech on.
Hey, tracker, track hookshot.
Tracking hookshot.
Okay, Blueprint Star, kinda hot right now. Mario! Mario!
You look ridiculous.
Mario!
You look ridiculous.
Like, even that damage boost right there being considered in logic is kind of quite a thing. Probably one of the most just for fun ROM hacks I saw. Well, you know, at first. It gets a lot harder as you go along, but Rock Band 5 air sliding, it just feels like something somebody made because they got air sliding to work and they're like, you know what? I can do some goofy shit with this. And so they did some goofy shit. And then it went into the ROM hack stuff during the end game and it was unfortunate. But like the Robot Master stages are pretty cool though. Nice! Hey Tracker, track Sword of Legend.
Marked sword is sword that seals the darkness.
When into the soil he did crawl. You know, I heard they're working on a reboot for that show. And to be perfectly frank, I wouldn't mind it. It was a good show, surprisingly. Hey Tracker, track Silvers.
Toggled silver arrows on.
The reboot thus far reminds me of The Tick more than Earthworm Jim, but I mean, same kind of vibe, so good enough. Close enough. And they're both the right level of insane, essentially. Because Jim was definitely not the most right in the head individuals. Hey Tracker, track E-Tank.
You now have 6 energy tanks.
I remember when the trailer came out, I think it was like an interview type structure. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I know an episode of The Tick that did exactly this. Yo, Shadow? Ah, the old Adventure Tube videos. Those were always the ones that got the most views. They were just some crap I put together because my roommate liked watching me play that game. Hey, Tracker, track Soups from Bozo.
Another one.
To be fair, Stock Doom 1 and 2 are both very easy. And since it has difficulty levels, a lot of the easier difficulty levels of those hacks aren't too bad. That's at least one nice thing with Doom mods in particular. Since there is the expectation of easy, normal, hard, there's thankfully a range for most players. Not for everything, but for some things. I didn't have to fight Bozo, because in the combo randomizer, they made it so he just doesn't get up unless you have to stand there and wait for a bit. Oh wait, I can just use Speed Booster. Oh yeah, the old Maximum Rails video. That was literally just me being like, you know, it occurs to me that I'm constantly on the rails in this level. Just how much can you stay on the rails? And then I gave it a shot, I'm like, pretty much the whole level. Alright, this speed booster is a little bit awkward, but here we go. Earthworm Jim! A hero for all time! And Freedom Planet's okay. It's not my cup of tea. I played through it. It's alright. Playing through the story mode once was at least amusing for hearing all the different quality microphones. It's like, oh yeah, this is definitely a small team. Recording quality is very inconsistent. That cross randomizer just makes it so it takes so long to get up that you can leave for free. The standard Super Metroid randomizer, on the other hand, no matter what you get, he always gets up. So you gotta be able to do the almost frame perfect escape if you want to avoid that fight. Whew, this is ominous sounding. I mean, it works. Say a little louder on that one. Rex ship off. Little louder. There we go. Okay, there's a reason why he's called Bozo. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna need an extra phase. It might be on the Link to the Past side of things, because there's a lot of unique boss songs that we'll only get to hear when I do a Link to the Past scene. Alright, next phase will do it. Should be able to just fire 2 standard missiles and a super to finish it off. Here we go. A tracker tracks Spooky Ghost.
Congratulations on beating off Fantoon.
There's a phone ringing in this particular song. Sure, go ahead, Vip. Did I write down Speed Booster for Kraid's Lair? Okay, there is one thing with Speed Booster in Kraid's Lair. So you know the awkward wall jump you can do to get into Kraid's Lair, right? If you have the Speed Booster, then you actually get less jump height when running from that one platform, so you end up having to turn it off. The Speed Booster's weird. You actually go a little bit slower at first while quickly speeding up. So like, here's my jump height normally, and this is when running a little bit. It's much shorter. It's very annoying like that. Hey there, Big Rocker Ending. How's it going? But in terms of logic, I don't think there's anything Speed Booster related when it comes to Kraid's Lair. It's just high jump boots for all that. Oh, that's really weird. Why do they have Speed Booster associated with it? I'm just trying to think that through, because, I mean, there's a Morph Ball tunnel the way the rest of them. I'm not sure why it has Speed Booster in there. Because you can't come from Pink Brinstar, because it's a Morph Ball tunnel, so you would need that, too. And there's a Morph Ball tunnel in Kraid's Lair as well. You don't need the Speed Booster to get out of there. I'm not sure why it has that marked as required. That's very weird. Oh, I'm going down. I think I could live without the bug catching that. Yeah, that'd be the actual, like, Super Metroid Cross Link to the Past randomizer logic, so... Like, the actual combo random devs. Vince just trying to understand why it is that way, and I wouldn't be able to tell you, to be honest. Because every direction I can think of requires a Morph Ball. Because you can't go through this... Like, you can't come through your ship, because that door's gonna be locked by a power bomb door. Brazil, thank you very much for the 6 months. Getting Jonathan spin it a little bit more for us today. You'd have to come in the Norfair way, but like... You can just jump up some platforms with nothing in Norfair. That's the thing that's confusing me right now, is that the Speed Booster shouldn't really be a thing at all. For Kraid's Lair, it doesn't do anything. If anything, it's just a hindrance. Ooh. Hey, Tracker, track pancakes.
Toggle gravity suit on.
Purple Gem. Purple gem! Purple gem, to the water he can fall. Ow. Hey, tracky tank.
You now have 7 energy tanks.
Oh, I've been lazy. Hey, Tracker, I have 60 missiles.
You now have 60 missiles.
Hey, Tracker, track soups.
You now have 35 super missiles.
There we go. Jump for it! I don't even understand how to, like, damage boost properly in this game. I see people who play Super Metroid, like, go flying back from damage, and I'm not exactly sure how. I know turning around's part of it, but they, like, recoil 5 miles back. It's a very chill theme, I like it. Damn it. Hey, Tracker, track soups!
Added more superb missiles.
Hey, Tracker, track missiles!
You now have 65 missiles.
Hey, Tracker, track ice beam!
Tracking nice beam.
Interesting. I'm gonna turn that off because it's just a hindrance at the moment. You know what? Hey, Tracker, enable hints!
Toggled hints on.
Hey, Tracker, what's in the chosen room after the dark room with all the spikes?
I wouldn't bother going there.
Thank you. Hey, Tracker, disable hints.
Hints are no longer on.
I just wanted to know, man. I just wanted to know. Because I have so many other things to be doing. It's frankly ridiculous. Oh, it's holding jump that's the ticket. Okay. Thank you. So that means speed booster. In theory, I should be able to do something like... Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Awkward, but makes sense. Actually, it's a pretty ideal room for me to try that out in after this. Ooh, baby! Hey, Tracker, track space jump.
Toggled space jump on.
Next version of the tracker is gonna have truly infinite space jump, and I can't wait. It's so busted, but it's so beautiful. Nah, the new Earthworm Jim game's probably gonna suck. The show might be pretty good, though. That's been kind of consistent with Jim. He was designed as a video game character, but, like, it's pretty much everything except the games where he's been better. I mean, it's probably gonna be trash. Yeah, it's a newer song. It's lacking that compression sound. No, none of the games were not garbage. They were very unique spectacles, but they were all garbage. They're very unique and very, like, classic things. But they all kind of suck. It mostly just comes down to the level design, because the game controls fine. I mean, I beat Earthworm Jim 2 as a kid, but I'm still gonna say it sucks. Yeah, it's called classic for sure. They were definitely neat. They're super unique and very filled with personality. But the gameplay sucks. Hey, Tracker, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
It's one of those types of enigmas where it's like, there's so much legitimately ask for praise with the games, but like, it's also just so bad at the same time. I actually kind of like the puppy love stages, but that's just because I enjoy the silly music and whatnot. Alright, Shida, thank you very much for the party of 3 coming on in. Raiden, as we're exploring the depths of Meridia. Hey, Tracker, track soups.
Added more supers.
Oh, no high jump, space jump. It's just a sad time, man. You get so little height per jump. Yeah, it's the old pizza pasta song. This is probably the most subdued composition I've ever heard from the Follin Bros. Hey, Tracker, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Hey, Tracker, track reserve tank.
Toggled reserve tank on.
Oh man, what a prize up here. Oh man, ship shape is wonderful. It's so stressful, but it's so wonderful. It's like, okay, we had you explore this entire ship thoroughly. Now show us how much you learned. attack attract missiles.
You now have 80 missiles.
This one could definitely stand to be louder. So let's see, this is, Pipes Meridia. Louder. Unless this picks up in volume, then I'm gonna actually put down a lot louder. It is very quiet. Okay, right sandpit is nothing. I was thinking, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to do ice clipping shenanigans, and then I remember, oh yeah, right, I had the speed booster. Excellent. You gotta have a silly song for Botswan. He's trying his hardest, man. What on earth is that from, I wonder? It sounds like a freaking pinball table. Oh, this farming's gonna be annoying, but... Why do you just do that sometimes, computer? What is disconnecting? More soups! Give me more soups! I need them! I don't have any external hard drives plugged in right now. At least, yeah, I actually don't have any of them. Well, they're plugged in, but they're not powered on. Okay, that's enough. Damn, that is way too hard without high jump. This is an example of a slower full clear of Super Metroid. Because I don't have any good offensive items, so I'm just kind of having to slug through with super missiles. Aw, yeah! Look at your dear sweet time, Mario Dragon! That was a good set of shots right there. This should get her. Hey, Tracker, track Dragon. Hey, Tracker, track Dragon.
Rip Dragon.
I would very much like to have more stuff before going to Lower Norfair, to be honest. It's like, I technically have enough supers, it would just be miserable. Okay, yeah. This section of Meridia definitely needs a good boost. It's very atmospheric, but as a result, it needs a good boost of volume, so quite a bit louder. Alright, I'll have to Norfair then, because I still don't have any extra items for Link to the Past. I'd like to go to Link to the Past, but I don't have a Moon Pearl, so kind of limits what I can do. Yeah, sure, I'll grab a couple of missiles, why not? Hey, Tracker, I have 80... Hey, Tracker, I have 90 missiles.
Added more missiles.
Alright, time for Norfair! Hey, Tracker, enable hints.
Hints are now on.
Hey, Tracker, what's a Plasma Beam?
It's got something for Earthworm Jim.
Hey, Tracker, what's a Plasma Beam?
There's nothing important there.
Not really anything else that I need for Super Metroid other than ammo or, you know, a better beam. I can do everything else. Oh god, the entire place is green! Alright, block music, let's go. Hey, track bow.
Tracking bow and arrow.
See, that's something I could use now in Link to the Past. I can do Eastern Palace and something. Nope, this MSU pack is all Follin Bros. There's a lot of, like, 16-bit stuff, there's some Amiga stuff. There's a couple of more modern songs. I'm helping figure out volume balance and whatnot. Most of it in Super Metroid sounds good. There's only been a couple of songs I've written down. Race Pictionary was at Desert Palace. Let me grab a couple of soups. It's not so much difficult as it is tedious. Because it's a lot of songs and a lot of staring at waveforms trying to get them to loop without making loud popping noises. Okay, seriously, Crocomire hitbox. It needs to start existing. I only have so many super missiles. And he had to die. What, am I just gonna be in Link to the Past Go mode by the time I can go to it? Hey, Tracker, track hammer.
Toggled hammer on.
So for Link to the Past, all I need is the flippers and the mirror, and that's it. Hey, Tracker, track Crocomire.
Marked Crocomire as defeated.
And yeah, the Pearl, but I mean, it's gonna show up. The Pearl just kind of shows up. It has to. Flippers and Mirror are the only two that can prove to be troublesome in terms of their position. Hello, yes, I need some more ammunition. Ammunition. Yeah, Swamp Palace is basically guaranteed to be go mode at this point, unless Misery Mire needs a very frustrating to find medallion. Ammunition. Jim is very ornery about how to sit here and farm ammo. Hey, track missiles.
Another one.
Go! Oh yes, I'll take that, thank you very much. Hey, Tracker, track high jump.
Tracking high jump.
Hey! I'm dashing here! Get out of the way! Whee! Alright, so hammer and a set of high jump boots. That's pretty good for the Crocomire area, to say the least. I mean, Gobo Moon Pearl would be pretty funny. I can't say I've had that happen before in Combo Rando. It would be really funny, but I ain't expecting it. Tracker Track powerful bombs.
You now have 35 power bombs.
Got a bloop. Bloop. Man, this is probably gonna be the equipment I go to Lower Norfair with. That's not great. Hey, Tracker Track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Hey, Tracker Track missiles.
You now have 105 missiles.
I mean, it's enough, but I would prefer more. I'm gonna be doing a lot of farming here in a sec, so let me go this way first. Because I need most of my super missiles to take out Golden Torso. And Tracker Track missiles.
Added more missiles. Can't find any useful items.
Shut up! I'm working on it! I found a bow and a hammer recently! Those are useful? Don't you be giving me that sass! It's not immediately helpful, but they'll be helpful! I stick my nose into the air on you, Tracker! What a spacer would be good right about now, honestly. Our beam sucks. It's very fitting for the pea shooter that is Jim's gun, but you know. Hey, Tracker Tracky Tank.
Added more energy tanks.
Alright, who likes farming? Because that's what I'm doing now. Hey, Tracker Track missiles.
Another one.
Oh. I just wanted to do a sideways shine spark and it didn't work. Well, time to sit here and farm. That'd be such a weird feeling, bud. Hey, Tracker, toggle sass off.
Excuse me? I thought you wanted good content.
Hey, Tracker, toggle sass on.
Excuse me? I thought you wanted good content.
But I just told you to turn it back on. Okay, we're good. Yeah, probably thought I said off twice because it doesn't have it on. You can't turn off the sound. You can try, but Tracker refuses. She essentially just gives you the, you what, mate? Silver Surfer, I know this one! Alright, what's over here? They would go too hard. Well, one has been made, so it's gonna go extra hard. Ow. I mean, that's what this pack is! It's all Follin music! All of it! Hey, track missiles.
Added more missiles.
Hey, track missiles. Well, you see,
Added more missiles.
Jim's been busy, but we still haven't found very much. Alright, let me find out which medallion I need. And find out why it's not Bombos, because that'd be way too convenient. Holy shit, it's actually Bombos. Hey Tracker, mark Bombos as required for Misery Mire. Hey Tracker, mark Bombos as required for Misery Mire.
Marked Bombos as required for Misery Mire.
Ah, shit! Didn't mean to go that far. That should do. Oh, I fucked it up. Damn it! I need to not screw that up any more times. I don't have the HP for it. It's a very simple thing, Super Bunny, and I keep messing it up. Hey Tracker, track Spring Ball!
Tracking Spring Ball. How did you get to Mire Shed, right without the Moon Pearl?
Oh, you know! I have my ways! I'll do what I want, Tracker! Don't judge me! That's a race legal trick! I'm gonna be hearing the start of the Silver Surfer theme a few times. Hey Tracker, track content!
Toggled content on.
I mean, I could boots clip, that is decidedly not race legal. Yeah, we're in Super Metroid Go mode. I have enough missiles now that I can take down Mother Brain. The real annoying thing is I need to, be able to take out Ridley. Alright. It's gonna start for real this time. Let's do it! No more interruptions. Only lower Norfair. I'm stuck with Jim's little pea shooter here. It's supposed to be a versatile weapon that can fire tons of stuff. But it's got jack shit. You know, thinking about it, Psycho kind of has the voice that Slowly Hidden Diabetes always did for Ridley in the first place. So, I mean, that's accurate enough, right? Psycho's got a kind of screechy, oddly southern drawl to him. Although he does have a bit of an unusual laugh. Sounds more like coughing. Oh, that's fine. I didn't need that entire energy tank. Yeah, the Earthworm Jim cartoon's legitimately good. Which is still baffling to me, but I mean, it's the truth. Hey, Tracker, check that blue shit.
Toggle that blue shit on.
I mean, Peter's just really good in the cartoon. He's so annoying in the games, but like in the cartoon, he's just amazing. He very much plays the same role as Arthur from The Tick. The overly stressed straight man in these wacky situations. Oh, this is gonna be miserable. I'll get up to 35 and then I'm moving on, because this is not very much. Oh, I hate minimum equipment, lower Norfair. Well, okay, not minimum, but low equipment, lower Norfair. Low offensive power. One more for the door. Alright, that's good enough. Don't feel like farming any more than that. Hey, dirt! Everything in the vicinity? Ah, shit. Good grab. Alright, he needs to flip around and start doing his pogo on this side now. There we go. Yeah, good grabs again. Wasting these perfectly good pogo opportunities. Alright, thinking I'd actually be dead. Here we go. Hey, Tracker, track Ridley.
F.
Well, that's useful. Thank you very much. Hey, Tracker, track Flute.
Tracking Ocarina.
We found a bird call behind a dinosaur bird.
Fresh meat.
Respin's amazing. Shoot the door and still keep space jumping. I can't spring ball anymore. It wasn't letting me. I mean, it's a deep flute, but I haven't actually gone to Link to the Past yet. Alright, thanks for dropping by, Hello God. Have yourself a good one. I'm gonna be a little bit sad if Paradox Cave has some goodies for me, because I probably should have checked that before doing all of this. Because even a plasma beam would go a long way with just making this less tedious. Well, we're basically done with Super Metroid. The only check left in the game is Shack Tool. Hey, Tracker, track bacon.
Bacon.
Delicious. Alright, we're well suited for Link to the Past, so that'll at least go by nice and quick. Aha! Screw your beer shield, I'm out. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Ugh. Let me through! Let me through! Oh, the pain! That one always likes to body block, so you tend to take a ton of damage. So basically I'm gonna have the entire Dark World to go looking for the mirror and the flippers. Well, this will be an adventure. Man, I'm just low health on both games. Alright, that was a nice little trip through Super Metroid. Now it's time for Link to the Past. Ah! Alright, am I going to regret not having gone here sooner when I had the opportunity? Hey Tracker, track everything in Paradox Cave.
Track 2 pieces of heart, powerful bombs, mushroom, bombs, missile, and 20 rupees in Paradox Cave.
The games actually save every time you transition from one to the other, so it would save on changing,
You
yes.
did that already.
I did do that already. Don't know where she got that from, but I mean, I did indeed mark all the dungeons already. Hey Tracker, there's bullshit at Floating Island.
Ignoring Floating Island.
You know, I'm just gonna preemptively. Hey Tracker, enable hints. Hey Tracker, enable hints.
Toggled hints on.
Hey Tracker, what's that Tower of Hera big key chest?
Yoshi might be interested in that.
Hey Tracker, what's a Tower of Hera big key chest?
It might be worth checking out.
Fine. Hey Tracker, track bombs from Tower of Hera.
Added more bombs. Just one more.
Have I marked Wily's castle yet? Not yet. Oh my god, it's the small key! Who could have guessed that the second item's gonna be in the basement? Again! It's so predictable! Hey, I was kind of expecting the clock boss battle music, but I suppose it takes too long to get started for this game. Oh my god, the second item's in the big key chest! I'm so surprised! How does this always happen? There are so many spots it can put the second item, but it always puts it in the basement! Every time! Alright, hang on. I'll just walk out. I don't feel like setting up a death warp. Hey Tracker, disable hints.
Hints are no longer on.
Oh, hey, it's the Moon Pearl! What a surprise! It's almost like it basically needed to be that. I'm not going to Turtle Rock this time. I'm not gonna get baited into going to Turtle Rock this time. I have so much other shit to do! Hey Tracker, track Moon Pearl.
Toggled Jawbreaker on.
Thank you.
That's the last of them. I hear Peg World is beautiful this time of year.
God damn it. Hey Tracker, I defeated Moldorm.
Rip Moldorm.
Peg wants to check over near the Dark World equivalent of the blacksmiths. We had to pound like 20-odd pegs or so to open a single little entrance, which has one item inside. I mean, I'm at least going to Dark Death Mountain because I'm up here. I'm going to... Okay, that definitely has to be louder, but... I dig that opening chord, though. Hey, Tracker, track everything in Super Bunny Cave.
Added Spazer and Missile from Super Bunny Cave.
Got a Spazer! It's a bit too late, but we have it. It's there. Out of curiosity, I guess, can I enter Turtle Rock if I so desire? No! Hey, Tracker, mark Ether is required for Turtle Rock.
Marked Ether is required for Turtle Rock.
Interesting. Hey, Tracker, track Magic Mirror.
Tracking Magic Mirror.
Hey, Tracker, track everything in Hookshot Cave.
Added Missile, Zelda Bombs, and Super Missile from Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, we need flippers for Go Mode, so, good thing I didn't bother doing fake flipper stuff today, apparently. So don't bother with Ice Palace or Swamp Palace, then. I'll get around to them when they're in Logic. Man, the transition theme's actually the right volume. That's one of the hardest ones, because I feel like it's biased to be much louder than it should be. Where should I go first? There's so many options! Hey, Tracker, track mail.
Upgraded mail by 1 step.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick Hail Mary play. And if that don't work, well, we'll just figure something else out. Alright, I haven't activated this yet. We'll be doing that first. Yes. Yeah, well, I'm at it. According to the MSU author, this particular song is a take on the Starsky and Hutch TV show theme? Apparently Mr. Follin was a fan. Okay, if that worked out, I would have had a sizable chuckle. One more thing, and then we're just gonna start doing some donjons. Because I got some donjons to do. Many donjons. it's fake powder. It's a dumbass trick that involves the cane of Samaria and a mushroom. Chug chug! Alright, Hyde Cave. This is truly your time to shine. You can do it, I believe in you. You can have the go mode flippers and then I can just go mode like all the dungeons. This is your chance! Make your dreams come true! There's the fourth one of those. Hey, Tracker, track everything in Hype Cave.
Added ice rod and 4 other items from Hype Cave.
Well, it had items, but they weren't any good. Alright, fine, I'm going to Palace of Darkness. Let's get some dungeons done. Hey, Tracker, track missiles from Sahasrara.
You now have 145 missiles.
The time has come for dungeon. I suppose the worst place for flippers at the moment would be vanilla. Hey, got some block in here. The Fleet Pit earns this theme too. That place is hard. It will kick your ass. I think this might be the first one that I label as slightly loud. Hey, Tracker, track missiles from Palace of Darkness.
You now have 150 missiles. 4 items left in Palace of Darkness.
By the way, we are very red today. Red mail, red sword, red shield. I even got to skip the mirror shield, so it's not gonna get ruined. Well, know what I'm doing first. So you're saying there's a chance? Another one of those times where I'm very tempted to ask for a hint for the flippers. Because this scene could be very fast. Showtime! Jigla, thank you for the 16 months. So anyway, you started selling. Thank you very much for the support. Getting Jonathan spinning a little bit more for us today. There, that's how they're supposed to go. Also just doesn't do anything? Yeah, it causes extra lag. It's probably made up of 2 sprites due to how physically freaking large it is or something. I have no idea what this is from, but it's definitely got that Follin style. Probably. It's one of the Follin tracks, at least. That does sound right, though. Hey Tracker, enable hints.
Hints are now enabled.
Hey Tracker, what's an Eastern Palace big key chest?
It's got something for Earthworm Jim.
Alright, I don't care then. I just immediately don't care. Or do I? Hey Tracker, what's an Eastern Palace big key chest?
There's nothing important there.
Okay, I don't care. Hey Tracker, there's bullshit at Eastern Palace big key chest.
2 treasures left. Ignoring Eastern Palace big key chest.
Hey Tracker, disable hints. Hey Tracker, disable hints.
Hints are no longer on.
Hey Tracker, track everything in Eastern Palace.
Tracked Eastern Palace big key. 10 sticks and bombs in Eastern Palace.
Hey Tracker, I defeated Helmasaur King.
Marked Helmasaur King as defeated.
Alright, I should probably go back into Palace of Darkness now. Alright, I'm going, hang on. I was just trying to see if I could get the flippers first. This seemed to be like 10 minutes faster if I actually had Super Metroid items, though. I had to claw through Lower North area. It was not pleasant. Alright, backloading the items, Aryapod. Literally the next 4 chests are all items. So let me just go grab them. Well, I already know that's useless. Track everything from Palace of Darkness.
Added 6, Palace of Darkness keys, Palace of Darkness big key, drugs, reserve tank, stick carrying knowledge and 50 rupees from Palace of Darkness.
Carrying knowledge. Oh. Next! I'm guessing that was the +5 arrow expansion. This one's definitely currently looking towards the much louder category in terms of music volume. So it is a quiet one. Alright, let's pick it up. Mr. Meyer is infested by aliens! Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription for 5 months. And Jonathan spent a little bit more for us today as we're cruising through Misery Mire. Hey Tracker, track E-Tank from Misery Mire.
You now have 9 energy tanks. 1 item left in Misery Mire.
Hey Tracker, enable hints.
Hints are now enabled.
Hey Tracker, what's at the Misery Mire big key chest?
It's got something for Yoshi.
Hey Tracker, what's at the Eastern... Hey Tracker, what's at the Misery Mire big key chest?
There's nothing important there.
Okay. It's probably a small key or something. Actually, I think I have all those. Well, it's probably a junk item then. Man, this thing's trying to put all the second items in all the worst places. It's like, hey, you know these super out-of-the-way checks? What if they're like always an item though? Wizardry! Alright, so Misery Mire, I'd say a little bit louder. Oh, hey, it was the second item in that freaking chest. Of course it was. Hey, Tracker, this bullshit at Misery Mire Big Key Chest. Hey, Tracker, this bullshit at Misery Mire Big Key Chest.
Marked Misery Mire Big Key Chest as bullshit.
Hey, Tracker, track everything in Misery Mire.
Track 3, Misery Mire Keys and Misery Mire Big Key in Misery Mire.
Yeah, I did the weird glitch to make that work. Oh, hey, I refilled my arrows. Sure. Alright, let's go to the other dungeons then. Next. It's gonna be the one time there's not actually something in the front. The one time I can actually check it fully. Really? This game is being a pain in the ass. Why are all three keys in the front? And now the big key's gonna be back here, and there'll be an item in the big chest. Just to make sure I'm always punished, no matter which route in Skullwoods I take. But we'll see. Skullwoods just being a little bit of a dick. You've got to be kidding me. Sword! Do your job! This game is trying to get on my nerves. It's succeeding. What, did you think I wanted to gently pet the curtain? Cut it! Was that so hard? Down from there. Oh boy, that means the next chest is gonna have the big key in it. Hey Tracker, what's in the skull? Wait. Hey Tracker, enable hints. Hey Tracker, enable hints.
Hints are now enabled.
Hey Tracker, what's in the Skullwood's big chest?
Yoshi could make use of it.
Hey Tracker, what's in the Skullwood's big chest?
There's nothing important there.
Game's trying to make me backtrack constantly. I say no! I say fuck you. Cause yeah, there it is. And the second item's in the frickin' Skullwood's big chest. Not gonna bother!
Lol, you died.
Hey Tracker, undo that.
Enunciate more clearly next time.
Hey Tracker, track everything in. Wait. Hey Tracker, there's bullshit at Skullwood's big chest.
One more to go in here.
Hey Tracker,
Mark
track everything in
Skullwood's big chest
Skullwood's.
is bullshit. Added 3, Skullwood's keys big 20 and Skullwood's big key from Skullwoods.
Hey Tracker, there's bullshit at Master Sword Pedestal.
Does that look like a missile to you? Well, if you say so. Marked missile at Master Sword Pedestal.
Hey Tracker, undo that.
Make up your mind.
Hey Tracker, there's bullshit at Master Sword Pedestal.
Well, at least you found something. Ignoring pedestal.
I mean, found is a strong word. More looked at. Hey Tracker, track soups.
Added more super missiles.
Next! What is this? It's funky in Thieves Town today, oh yeah! This one could definitely stand to be a good chunk louder, though. I mean, the most likely place for the flippers right now is, you see all that stuff in the lower left? That's where they probably are. Indigo Mud, both Ice Palace and Swamp Palace is pretty good, though. I'll obviously check a couple of things to see if I can find, you know, Like a plasma beam or something? Even a charge beam would be fine. Alright, so guessing game, maybe just a smidge louder, but Thieves Town needs a good boost. We had a good Spazer seed recently. We had Spazer basically the entire seed. It was nice, because Plasma Beam was in, you know, Ganon's tower upstairs. I mean, Spazer let us hit the Metroids a bit easier. That's about it. It's something, you know? It's not useless. It's just mostly useless. There we go. Hey, Tracker, track everything from Thieves Town. Hey, Tracker, track everything from Thieves Town.
Tracked bombs, 2 pieces of heart, Thieves Town Big Key, Thieves Town Key and Sanctuary Heart Container in Thieves Town.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. When blinds and not even like touching the lit up part of the floor at all like that, it means you killed her pretty much identical. Ah, it's just right there. Yay! I can skip so much shit! Alright, if I just went to Thieves Town first, it would have been a little better, but not by much. Hey, Tracker, track flippers.
Toggled flippers on.
Hey, Tracker, track go mode.
Toggled go mode. On.
Let's do it!
I'm interested in this.
Hey, Tracker, undo that.
Enunciate more clearly next time.
Alright, it's a bit of a shallow go mode, but it'll do. This is the second time we almost had Peg World go mode. Last time it was Blacksmiths, and this time it was just in the brewery. It keeps on being close to Peg World, but not quite Peg World. Speaking of, hey Tracker, enable spoilers.
Toggled spoilers on.
Hey Tracker, what's at Peg World?
Yoshi could make use of it.
Hey Tracker, disable hints.
I'll stop giving you hints.
Hey Tracker, what's at Peg World?
A 100 rupees is there.
No. Hey Tracker, what's at Shack's stash?
A heart container is there.
Oh, God, they're both lousy. Hey Tracker, disable hints.
I'll stop giving you hints.
Alright, should be a pretty fast scene overall. I've got some in-game stuff to do, but, you know, I get to go mode these next 2 dungeons. Ooh, I like this Swan Palace theme, though. Hey, Tracker, disable spoilers.
Toggled spoilers off.
It's always a good sign when you look at your Link to the Past map and you see that all that green still there. I wasn't even allowed to consider Turtle Rock this time. Hey, Tracker, track reserve tank from Swamp Palace.
You now have 3 reserve tanks. 5 items left in Swamp Palace.
I've watched all of Flock. It's a very unique little game, although I'd probably get very annoyed by the size of the sprites versus the screen size. It's another one of those games that desperately needed enough room to zoom out a little bit so you could actually see. Wrong medallion. Hey Tracker, I defeated our Gus.
Marked Argus as defeated. Toggled Quake on. 4 items left in Swamp Palace.
You know, I haven't actually looked at Lake Hylia, so I'm just gonna, like, grab it blindly, I guess. I mean, Plug is pretty much perpetually pissed in the game, so that's accurate to the source at least. Alright, so I have a very quick Ice Palace trip. This one also needs a volume increase. I'm gonna be setting a, a large list of tracks that just say, louder, louder, louder! Well, that's the only small key I need, so let's keep going. That was a smooth clip, though, so maybe I should... Hey, Tracker, track content!
Another one.
Alright, I guess I'm just not getting anything out of Ice Palace then. I mean, I actually looked to see if there's a Plock sprite. It's like, you know what? It'd be a good time for Plock, but there isn't one, so not this time. Speaking of tech, Tracker, I defeated Cold Stare.
Marked Cold Stare as defeated.
Wow, I really got nothing in Ice Palace the whole time. Alright, what's ever in Ice Palace? I don't know, because it wasn't in anything I checked. Right then, let's go to Ganon's Tower then. Oh shoot, forgot to mark. Ice Palace. Louder! Wow, there we go. Dead rocks! Dead rocks! Yep, that's all the crystals. We've been cruising. I've just been mostly plowing, like going through the various dungeons, and occasionally checking the overworld if I'm nearby. And it worked out. Dead rocks, they only exist for 2 screens, but they're so miserable. Nah, I haven't beat Mother Brain yet. Any ammo I happen to pick up in Ganon's Tower will be appreciated. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Now that's a song for this place. Hey Tracker, track 300 rupees from Ganon's Tower.
Tracking 300 rupees. 19 items left in Ganon's Tower.
Hey Tracker, track 20 rupees from Ganon's Tower.
Added more 20 rupees. 18 treasures left.
Hey Tracker, track missiles from Ganon's Tower.
Added more missiles. 17 treasures left.
Hey Tracker, track screw attack.
Tracking screw attack. 16 items left in Ganon's Tower.
Hey Tracker, track Bloopy from Ganon's Tower.
Tracking 5 rupees. 15 items left in Ganon's Tower.
Hey Tracker, track 20 rupees from Ganon's Tower.
You now have 620 rupees.
Hey Tracker, track missiles from Ganon's
14
Tower.
treasures left. Another one.
Hey Tracker, track bombs from
13
Ganon's Tower.
items left in Ganon's Tower. You now have 10 Zelda bombs. 12 treasures left.
Alright, so it wasn't any of the easy spots. Somehow that wasn't falling into the pit. Sure. Hey Tracker, track ether.
Toggled ether on. 11 items left in Ganon's Tower.
Yes, I wanted to aim up. Not right. Up. Exactly. The game. There. That's not hard. Track hard piece in Ganon's tower.
Another one. 10 items left in Ganon's tower.
Hey, track 200 rupees from Ganon's tower. Hey, track 300 rupees from Ganon's tower.
You now have two
Track soups from Ganon's tower.
9 items left in Ganon's tower.
Track heart piece from Ganon's tower.
You now have 60 supers. 8 treasures left. Another one. 7 items left in Ganon's tower.
Where are my beams? We're missing all 3 of the good ones. Track sword from Ganon's tower.
Upgraded pointy thing by 1 step. 6 treasures left.
Alright, is it a tile room? We actually haven't had a tile room Big Key in a while. Track bombs from Ganon's tower.
Added more bombs.
Track 20
5
rupees from
items
Ganon's
left
tower.
in Ganon's tower. Added more red rupees. 4 treasures left.
It's the second time in a row I want to say now that it's been the 21st chest. It's like it knows it's been a fast scene, so it has to slow me down. It's like, no, you're going too fast! Slow down! I'm just all like, but I want to go fast! Gotta go fast! This should get more to go on plot boss theme, though. Yeah. I mean, I'll still open them up. The only thing that would actually help is, at this point, is like more super missiles, because there's no way it's going to give me the charge beam and the plasma beam up there. If it does, that'd be pretty cool, and also pretty stupid. But I ain't expecting it. I was tempted to go check the Ganon's Tower big chest. I messed up my timing. This ascent sucks. I've been making too many mistakes. Yeah, we got Spacer already. It's the only... I mean, I guess every beam's technically unnecessary. It's just like, come on, man, give me something. I mean, I guess we get the screw attack. That is technically something. And so every drop of magic was used. I mean, I still want to see what's in this next chest. A track heart piece from Ganon's tower. Oh man, I gotta use
Another
real.
one.
Here's some real
3
fake
items left
powder.
in Ganon's tower.
Get your real fake powder here. A track missiles from Ganon's tower.
Added more missiles. 2 items left in Ganon's tower.
A tracker enable spoilers. A tracker enable spoilers.
Toggled spoilers on.
A tracker, what's that Ganon's tower tile room?
The charge beam is there.
Oh my god. A tracker, what's in Ganon's tower big chest?
A super missile is there.
Whatever game? Oh, you want the useful shit out of Ganon's tower? Too bad! That's a cool theme, I like that one. Tile room charge beam. Jesus Christ. So dramatic. I mean, I got more tracks to test here in a bit. I just need to generate a regular scene for just Link to the Past. Where do you think you're going? You think you're gonna escape? Hey, Tracker, I defeated Ganon.
Marked Ganondorf as defeated.
Alrighty then, let's go to Mother Brain. It's like, oh yeah, Super Metroid, that other game. For now, no, you just missed Yoshi. Yoshi's done. Looks like everything's actually up to date in terms of counts. Nice. Alright. Let's enable our only beams. Jim, you got to play for like an hour earlier. Wait your turn. Damn it. The timing on that's tricky. If only due to how long the door transitions take in Super Metroid. Is that it? Aw, yeah, let's go. That's the old PC sound I remember. Ah, shit. Right, I know the wave beam.
Fresh meat.
Meatball, you're just in time. Alright, come along! Yep. Be through? No wave fever plasma beams. I got to slowly chip away at all this crap. Whoa! Didn't mean to jump up like that. Alright, make sure we're nice and topped up on missiles. I'm gonna need all of them. Okay, maybe not all of them, but I'm gonna need a lot of missiles. There'll be some missiling that we're gonna have to do. I have no idea what the minimum number of missiles you need is, but it's quite a lot. Mostly because of the first phase. Yeah, I got tons. Lots left over, but it's like... It's still kind of annoying to have to just fight this entire thing with regular missiles. There we go. Not gonna bother with stand-up glitch because there's just nothing for me to do. This almost sounds like an Earthbound track. At least it's a good time for me to get a drink. stretch. Baby, hurry up and get over here. The low health beep. It's getting annoying. There we go. Nice timing!
You already have Cane of Somaria.
You got boost power.
Very good timing on that one! Mama Luigi is sad! Sad for baby! Alright, what do we got for an escape theme? Makes sense. It even sounds like an alarm in the background of this song. Frickin' block. And so, Earthworm Jim will save the animals. Because good lord does he ever remember what happened when he didn't save the puppies that one time. Oh! The small creatures must be saved, or he's gonna get back on the ship and Peter Puffy's gonna annihilate him. He knows the consequences. Hey, Tracker, I defeated Mother Brain.
GG.
Alright, I have several questions for Tracker, to say the least, but first, let me make sure this sounds with the right volume. With my ears. I can use a bump up for sure. It's a little quiet. Louder! And so, our hero, the cow, escaped upon the cow, upon the exploding cow. Let's see, SMZ3 credits. A little louder. Alright. Louder, I say. Loud! I'm noticing almost everything. almost everything that I'm requesting at this point is louder. I'm making the, like, conductor pose right now. They have their hand down, and they look like they're trying to, like, catch something. Just pushing it up louder. Anyways, that's only part 1 of the Sweet Jams. I'm doing a Link to the Past open mode scene after this to try a few more jams out, because there's a lot of boss-specific songs, and not. But first, hey Tracker, where's the plasma beam?
The plasma beam can be found at Turtle Rock Compass Chest, in Turtle Rock.
Locked behind GT, okay. Hey Tracker, where's the wave beam?
The wave beam can be found at south of Grove, in Light World South.
Accessible, depending on how I routed. Hey Tracker, where's the grapple beam?
The grapple beam can be found at Pyramid Ferry Right, in Dark World Northeast.
Chactul's very locked today. Hey Tracker, where's half magic? Hey Tracker, where's half magic?
The half magic can be found at Zora's Ledge, in Light World Northeast.
Well, you know, when you have go mode flippers. Hey Tracker, where's the magic cape?
The cape is at Ice Palace Compass Chest, in Ice Palace.
Okay, so if I checked the first chest of Ice Palace, I would have gotten that. Hey Tracker, where's that red shit?
The red boomerang can be found at Swamp Palace West Chest, in Swamp Palace.
West side swamp, okay. They're just kind of all over the place today. There's... nothing was terribly accessible. Link to the Past was destined to be quick. Holy moly! Look at those clear times, though. Look how close they were! Damn! Very equal time spent in both. Longer than usual Super Metroid time because the, you know... Where are the beams? I don't have any beams! They're all locked behind everything else! And Screw Attack and... both Screw Attack and Plasma were locked behind Ganon's tower, so that's why Lower Norfair was destined to go slow. Very slow. Painful, even. Oh! Yeah.